Oh, I pressed the button.
Press the button.
I pressed
Are
it.
mics going? It looks like they're going.
I think so.
Yeah.
I hope
Hey
they sound
guys.
good.
Thanks for tuning into this episode or live stream technically of Crypto Weekly or Bits and Tokens Live. I don't know what we call it, Drunk Crypto.
We're calling this drunk crypto.
Whatever you want
Okay.
to call it.
I'm over here getting saucy tonight.
I hope you guys are having a wonderful Thursday and have had a wonderful week so far. We got a couple things we want to talk to you guys
I hope
about.
your week was alright.
I didn't ask you. I'm asking our viewers.
I'm telling them I hope their week was alright. You know, wonderful. That's expecting a lot. If it was at very least alright, you know, I can sleep at night.
Well, anyways, thanks for guys for joining us. We really appreciate you guys being here. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe down below if you haven't done so already. And I just want to remind you guys that we have bitsandtokens.com officially running, up and running. We have a lot of cool things for you guys to check out. If you guys are first tuning in with us for the first time, make sure to drop by that side. If you're new to crypto, interested in crypto, questioning crypto, not sure about crypto, make sure to check out bitsandtokens.com. It might have something for you. We got a merchandise page. We got a help page. If you honestly don't even know how to invest, we'll teach you. Make sure to check out bitsandtokens.com. We have a bunch of videos here on our YouTube site as well that you can definitely check out. So, let's take a look here. One of the things that we got going on, let's see. That's me. I hear myself.
So, I was perusing the internet today.
Okay.
Like I do often. And I came across something called bomb token. Have
Bomb
you ever heard of
token.
this?
So I heard you guys talking about it earlier. It self-destructs.
Yeah, so it's hyper deflationary.
Okay.
That's pretty nifty. I'm gonna pull up the website here in a second, but yeah, it's hyper deflationary, and so that means every time a transaction is sent, 1% of the transaction is basically burned. Like a lot of tokens, you know, self-destruct to some regard, but this is like super. I guess that's why they're calling it hyper deflationary.
So and I'm assuming there's a finite value of the token that's being made, right?
1 million.
That's it?
That's it.
Wow, the value of that coin. Because if you think about it, if 1% of the coin ends up being destroyed, not including the coins that end up being burned, not including the coins that end up being misplaced, that's going to decrease the circulating value, which is going to eventually increase the supply and demand when this thing blows.
You got that right.
Man, that's pretty cool.
Now here's the thing. According to the website, which why don't we visit now? It's an experiment.
An experiment.
So.
Like a social experiment?
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of. Okay.
You know what? You're exactly right. Look at that. The origin bomb is a social experiment and financial case study to measure the feasibility of a deflationary currency. The rules are simple. There were originally 1 million bomb in existence. Each time a bomb is transferred, 1% of the transaction is destroyed. There will never be newly minted bomb.
So, okay, so if 1% of the transaction is destroyed, do I still get, like, my full 100% of what I bought? Like, does that make sense?
I don't think so.
So if I buy 100 bombs and 1%, which would be one bomb, is destroyed, does that mean I only get 99 bombs?
Yep.
Okay. I mean, I don't mind that.
Oopsie.
Depending on how much, that one bomb is going to cost eventually, but that's interesting.
So I guess the experiment really is to see, like, if people are going to hold it or if people are going to spend it. Because they're giving it away. So honestly, the steps are really simple. You go to the website, bombtoken.com.
Oh, you claim your bombs.
You claim your bombs.
Remaining. Oh, there's a little over a half left.
So they have, like, different waves. I haven't received mine yet, but I got all my emails saying that it's, they received my information. They're gonna
send what?
It,
I think I'm gonna sign up. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you should. Just in case, honestly. So anyone that's watching right now, it's free internet money. So you kind of can't go wrong.
Yeah, I like free. That's cool.
So I'm actually gonna visit the how it works section is right here.
Your
Never mind.
bomb.
So the website doesn't really have like they're brand new. They just decided to like go on Reddit and start talking about it, and I actually saw it in a Facebook group that I'm a part of. But they're very, very new. So you'll basically come down here to claim your bomb. You'll just type in your email address, and then I think per email you get 100. So I'm assuming they don't have a way of like verifying like if you have multiple emails. So I might.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna drop two. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna drop another email.
I might do it. I'm
gonna do it. Claim your bombs.
You know what? To be fair, I'll claim some bomb, which I've already done, and then Bits and Tokens will claim some bomb from one of our Gmails, and then you can claim some, and then Bits and Tokens can claim some from one of the other emails. So they're currently
that's actually kind of funny.
They're currently in wave 3.
Right.
So 100 tokens distributed to the first 2,500 participants. So I don't think they have 2,500 people yet that have signed up for wave 3. Honestly, I'm really not sure. There's not a whole lot of information about it. They do have a Twitter. They do have a Telegram. You can get those links on the bottom of the website. I know that they're on Reddit as well. There's really not a whole lot of information about it. However, it's free money, and so I think that everyone should kind of jump in there and get some.
Do me a favor,
just to participate.
Because I'm just trying to figure out this if that where it says bombs remaining is like the actual number or not. Where it says B, click that. Look at the number that's on there right now.
I'm sorry. Do what now?
Click the B. Look at the number when it comes up.
So the number changes as far as I understand.
It just went up and now it just went down.
Right.
So I think they do a back end or something. Because it's the same number. It's the same two numbers going over and over again.
Right.
If you notice.
It's very common on websites that have that. The XYO website had that. The whole countdown, false countdown, whatever. I'm assuming that the first number is just an arbitrary number that's higher than this one, and then the second number might actually be the number of bombs that are remaining. Based on the fact that it's not just that you put in your email address and you immediately get it. You put in your email address and then you'll be a part of the different waves of distribution. So each email, from my understanding, will grant you 100 tokens.
To the first 250. So if over 250.
Well, they're already on wave 3.
Right. So wave 3 is for the first. I meant 250. Well, I said 250, saying 2,500. But
okay.
For those first 2,500 participants. If more people signed up before that, then that means our emails were kind of just bogus.
No, I guess that would mean we're going to be a part of Wave 4.
So is there like I don't know, is there like a reset per wave, or do they just go straight into it? Do you know what I mean?
Well, I haven't received mine yet, so... Like I said, this is all brand new.
I'm gonna have to watch this one. This one's.
I think it's really interesting because
this one's particular.
It's just new. It's different. It's exciting. I like new, exciting things.
This reminds me of man. There was a. I think it was like Initiative Q or something like that.
Initiative Q wasn't a crypto.
Something like that, some kind of currency. It reminds me of that. It's like claim your.
We might even have a link in the bio for Initiative Q. I'm not sure.
It was like claim your this, that, and the third now, and whatever. It kind of reminds me of that. It's just like the giveaway portion of it. Not exactly what it does, but it kind of just.
Got you.
Reminds me of that. But anyways, that's pretty cool. I like that. That's neat. Yeah. So if you guys just wanted something to try out, something different, something. Literally free. Not going to cost you anything. Just check out, what is it, bombtoken.com?
BOMBTOKEN.com.
Yeah, check that out. That's cool. That's neat.
I'm sure our magical behind-the-scenes guy will probably put that in the chat for us. Sure.
Magical behind-the-scenes
Sure, he'll
guy.
do that.
I like that.
So anyways, what have you seen in the world of crypto that may have piqued your interest this week?
So I actually, and I wrote an article on it, and it'll be actually up on our Bits and Tokens webpage.
You wrote a whole article?
Ooh. Yes, I did. It's a blog post for you guys. It'll be up on our Bits and Tokens webpage whenever I get it up there. So have you? I'm sure you've heard. Do you remember Exodus by HTC?
The phone.
Yes, the phone.
Wow.
So that phone was originally, for its beta, I guess you could say it's early access, quote unquote, whatever they want to call it.
Right.
It was aimed towards developers.
Really funny that you're mentioning a phone, by the way, because I also have a story about a phone.
I'm sure we have the same story.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm positive we don't.
All right, maybe not. So HTC, they had
high-tech computers.
Yes.
They don't even make computers.
I mean, the smartphone, I guess you could say, is basically a computer.
I don't know.
It has a lot of functions.
It does things.
A lot of functionality. You say it does things, but who knows? I mean, it's not no, gaming laptop, but, it has a good amount of functionality to a Chromebook or something else of the sort.
Chromebook.
Anyways, so they got some competition by Samsung. Which
Samsung the S11
S10.
or S10 or
yes,
whatever
S10.
number they're on.
For their 10th anniversary,
I did see that.
So what they're doing is that they're releasing a blockchain-enabled phone. Now, I'm not sure. They say blockchain-enabled, and they have something called the Samsung Blockchain Key Store, which I don't know if that's like an app or if that's actually something that's embedded into the phone. It sounds like it's something that's like app-like. Blockchain, I'm not sure blockchain really runs on the phone like it kind of comes off, because what it's able to do is it's able to store your private keys. It's able to, It's able to store your private keys. You can create a wallet on it. And then you can transfer existing currency and existing wallets to it. So that's cool. But now the only difference between that one and the Exodus is that the Exodus, actually, you can like create your own keys. Like you can have your own keys kind of thing.
Right.
So that's, it's a little different. There's more specs on the Exodus as of right now than there is on the Samsung leak. The official announcement is on the 20th of February. So it's technically not 100%, like out yet. And
Gotcha.
their specs are not really out. Besides its, nice sleek look and the way it feels, touches, run, Samsung products. Obviously that has a big head or leap over HTC, just because you hear Samsung, you hear HTC, people usually go with Samsung.
Of course.
It's the big guy.
HTC used to make really great phones, and then they stopped. The first Android phone was the HTC G1. The swivel, like,
the
weird
swivel,
to the side.
Yeah.
I had all three colors, and I used to work at T-Mobile at that time, so I literally had them on me all at the same. One was a work phone, one was my personal phone, and then one I just wanted the white one with the gray back.
You bought 3 phones?
All 3 of them. But I worked at T-Mobile at the time, so I would get trade-ins, and I didn't pay full price for any of them. You know what I mean? So it just.
Okay, I mean, I guess.
I was super lit.
Weird flex, but cool.
I was super lit.
Ooh, I got an email from Bomb. Are you sure you didn't get an email?
No. I got the email, but they didn't send the tokens.
Oh, they didn't send the tokens.
Right.
Okay. Ooh, okay. So it says you have another step. Okay, go to this address and enter.
Yeah, so you do need to get your ETH address, and then you'll go to the website or the link that they send you in that email, and you'll put in your ETH address. And you'll also put in your email to verify that you already, signed up, and then you'll receive the Bomb token. So, like I said, it's just cool. Now, back to the Samsung phone that you were talking about. My thoughts on that, with it being Samsung, and like you said, obviously people know the Samsung name more than they know, like, let's say HTC.
That's a huge opportunity for adoption.
Yes.
Huge mainstream. It's mainstream. That's my thing. It's the mainstream of it.
Now, I saw there's 2 schools of thoughts on it. That one right there, and then the hardcore crypto folks that are saying that they're not going to keep the majority of their coins on there. But my thinking on it is you wouldn't keep the majority of your coins on there anyway.
Right.
That's more so just for, now that you can store crypto on your phone, what's the big move for adoption? And not just putting it in front of people's faces, but putting it in front of other people's faces, okay, maybe you don't have the Samsung phone, but maybe you're a business owner and so there could be a payment
Ethereum's the only one that was officially announced. It says cryptocurrencies, but Ethereum was the only one that they actually mentioned. It showed other ones, but there wasn't. Like I said, the official announcement's on the 20th. For me, that's a valid point. Like you said, most people wouldn't actually keep their things on there, which I honestly don't recommend you to.
I wouldn't keep a lot, but let's say you have like
a little. You want to make a transaction, right? You want to go to the store, well, not the store, but speaking of the store, I'll get into like something else I saw recently. Not to necessarily keep a lot of coins on there because God forbid you lose your phone. There goes all your Bitcoin. The thing with me
is because if you keep a copy of your private keys, you can
you can retrieve them.
You can recover it. So and don't mind me, guys. I'm definitely gonna be eating my dinner a little bit here.
This is delicious. Have you ever had raisin wine?
Raisin wine?
Yeah, it's not.
So instead of grapes, they use raisins.
Yes.
Hard pass.
It's amazing.
Hard pass.
It's amazing.
Raisins are gross. First of all, they taste
no,
gross.
It's really not. I've never had this. This is a typical drink in my country.
Let me
I've never had it by itself. I've always had it as punch, but man, it's so good. But anyways, so the thing with that is so anything that has to do with blockchain and something that's going to push towards adoption, Planck point period, I'm not going to shun, only because I feel like this 9%. Is not something that is. So this is something to entice people who are into cryptocurrency, but this is also something that's going to spark other people's curiosity.
I don't think this is going to be enticing people that are into crypto. Because
like I said, they can keep a little bit on it, but this is gonna. Well, hardcore, they're gonna want to keep their stuff on that,
right? Because we already know how to use Coinbase. It's gonna pique
other people's curiosity.
I think it's more for the other people that don't know about crypto. The people who are gonna buy an S10 regardless, just because it's an S10.
They're gonna go, what's this?
Now they have the option,
right?
Whether they choose to exercise that option or not, they have the option now to be able, or not now, whenever the phone comes out, to be able to use cryptocurrency in that way.
Right.
The phone that I'm going to mention in a second here, not as exciting because it's not a Samsung. But the phone that I'm going to mention is, I would say, something that's probably more for the crypto purists. But for the other people that are not super up on crypto yet, I think that's going to be good for them because they'll have the option to use it or not. And knowing Samsung, it's not going to be a whole bunch of hoops that you have to jump through. It'll just be kind of straightforward, or as straightforward as they can make crypto be. Here's your address, scan barcode, send money. I think is basically going to be the Samsung approach to it. So hopefully that's where we end up.
Fingers crossed. So what's your phone?
So
I didn't see anything new about a phone.
So it's not specifically new, but Sirin Labs, SIRIN Labs, has a phone that is set to debut. It's the blockchain smartphone. So it's a state-of-the-art, ultra-secure mobile device with an embedded cold storage wallet. So what I like about this is it's like we're not sure how Samsung's going to implement their wallet.
Right.
This is embedded into the phone, so it's a separate piece of hardware.
Right.
So let's say, Android.
That's kind of like
Android doesn't suffer from
HTC. What they did, it's embedded.
Right. Android doesn't necessarily suffer from hacking as much as like a Windows computer, for example.
Right.
But having it as embedded hardware, I like that more for my peace of mind. I'm still waiting for the day that Ledger licenses their technology or works with somebody to have their stuff embedded into phones.
That'd be cool.
That would be lit. Very lit. So yeah, this phone is called the Finny. It is the premier cyber protected blockchain enabled smartphone with a built-in cold storage wallet and a unique safe screen for secure crypto transactions. Now, I don't know exactly what any of that means because I honestly did not do any research on this whatsoever. Someone mentioned it to me, and I decided that I was going to wait so we could kind of stumble through this all together. But I did look at their
extremely secured. Oh, how interesting!
Yeah, I did look at their website. I went over the front page at least, but I wanted to take a look into what their OS is supposed to be. It says that it's the only operating system secure enough for storing and using cryptocurrency in a mobile environment. It's built on Android though, so I'm not sure why. Like they're calling it a proprietary operating system, but it's really not. And like I'm a super big Android nerd. Like if you haven't noticed, up here in this top corner, it says CyanogenMod. Like I've been hacking Android phones for the longest time, so I'm a super big Android guy.
Yeah, you had 3 when they first came out.
I know I fell in love at first flick of the screen. Anyways, having it built on top of Android and then calling it a proprietary operating system is kind of like I don't know. You know what I mean? That's like saying that what's on my Samsung right now is a proprietary operating system when it's not. It's
I get you.
Android
Okay,
with a
I know what you
theme
mean.
with more features. So, whatever. So they're apparently having a proprietary token conversion service. So kind of like Shapeshift, I guess you could say.
Okay.
They also have the SRN token. My understanding is you have to have the token to buy the phone, which I think is kind of a cop-out, but...
So, wait, you have to have a token to buy the phone? So, if I don't own that token... Okay, wait. So, do I buy the phone with the token?
Yes.
Which is why I have to have it?
You have to buy the phone with the token, from my understanding of it. Don't quote me on it. But I do believe that is how you would do that.
I mean, it would make sense. But then, I mean, that would make people, like, have to go the extra mile and all that. But
well, that's why I said that this is more for, like, the hardcore crypto folk as it stands. What you mean. Whereas that Samsung is more for the mass adoption kind of. So.
Huh.
But,
because that's what companies should really be doing when it comes to, tokenizing things. If you're going to make a token, your token really needs, it's not supposed to just be used to trade. Like, the American dollar or any fiat in general, it's used for a reason. It's used to buy goods, commodities, whatever. You got to use it to purchase anything. You got to pay your bills with it, but it's still traded. There's your people who trade it, and then there's the people who use it, and that's kind of how Forex works. But I mean, man, I just wish more people. They kind of have the right idea. Most companies that enforce people to use their token for whatever have the right idea. It's kind of just like a hassle. Like, did you guys really have to have a token? Honestly.
Whoa, this is nifty.
But
so,
I mean, hey.
Read this part here. The wallet. So they say it's a true cold storage wallet because it has a separate and dedicated memory, processor, screen, keyboard, firmware, and software. So my understanding now is their Syrian OS or Fini OS, whatever it was called, is literally separate. That's fire. I like that. I don't know how they have a separate screen.
Separate screen? What do you mean?
I don't know. I'm gonna look for pictures.
Like the screen comes off the phone, or?
I don't know. Oh, it slides up. Oh, it slides up from the back. Hold up.
The screen slides up from the back?
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. So yeah, it literally slides up from the back. That's
right.
Pretty
But
nifty.
what is that? What?
That's a little screen.
Like a baby screen? Like it just dual design? What's the screen for? What does it do? Like,
so
what
that's where you're like, okay, what's the screen on the ledger for? To verify your transactions.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, feels me.
All
that's
right,
pretty cool.
So it has like a small screen for like verification and whatnot.
That's nifty.
Okay, all right, I can dig that. That's different. Okay, all right.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? Abaga.
Cable.
International charger. Oh, it has like the old charger. Does it have like the new USB-C? Is it like the?
Oh, they're calling it a safe screen.
A safe screen. Earpiece. Okay, so the back is glass. Oh, the fingerprint sensor is right next to the camera. That's kind of what what's it called has. I forgot the name of it. I think LG does something like that where they have the.
Listen, phone manufacturers, we're gonna talk about this part right here. Okay, see that speaker on the side? Stop doing that. Okay, I'm looking right at you, Syrian Fini. I'm looking at you, Samsung. I'm looking at you, LG. All of yous, stop doing that. Front-facing speakers. Okay, this whole race for let me fill up the screen with screen and no bevel around the outside or bezel or whatever we're gonna call it. Stop it. put speakers there. I want to hear the music this way. I don't want to have to cup my phone when I'm trying to hear stuff.
Yeah, that is annoying. Yeah. Wow, I had front facing speakers, and I kind of took that for granted. Now that I think about it.
It's just a better experience. You hold your phone like this when you're watching something, and you want the sound to be coming at your face because that's where your ears are. They're on your face. I don't want to. With my phone now, I have to. There's like a specific way I have to cup it to get the sound to like shoot at me. It's so stupid. That's why my phone is broken. That's not why my phone is broken.
Front-facing speakers. I can't. But anyways, that's really cool. Finny wallets. A Finny wallets. I feel like I have to talk with the English accent when I say this.
I don't know that they're from England or
I know, but
anywhere
Finny.
over there.
Finny. It's like you're saying funny with an I.
Okay. I mean, if
that is so funny.
I believe you.
I'm sorry. I'm my own joke. Exactly. So, anyways, that is cool. I kind of like to read more about it. That's, are they active? Are they live? Like, can I buy this? Like, what's up with this?
I don't know. Let's find out. Let's try to buy it right now.
So wait, you have to go to another that website. It doesn't let you buy anything.
That was the.
It says shop now right there.
Right, but where I was like the user guide, so I just went back to the website.
Oh, I see.
Oh, I can buy it with PayPal. Okay.
$900.
That's a lot.
I have to pay $900 for this phone. I'm like, what phone service do I even use?
So you don't have to use crypto to buy it, but they said something about that you need the.
I thought you said you needed the token, right?
What I read earlier was something about needing.
Okay, so it uses Snapdragon. Okay, it has a good amount of storage. SD memory card. It runs on 8.1.
Yeah, I thought the 845 was old. Yeah, the 8. This isn't an exciting. It's a decent processor, but it's not exciting. That's old.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a little Android 8.1. Okay,
2 terabytes for the SD card slot, which it's an Android limitation. That's fine. Google certified. It's obviously Google certified if it's running full Android with access to the Play Store. So that's not even a cool thing to mention.
Secure hard wallet element, touch safe screen. Electropix main camera.
I would have liked to see a little bit of a lower aperture on the main camera. At only 12 megapixels, f1.8 is gonna let in a lot of light, but I think even my little cheapy phone is
12 megapixels, 8 megapixels for the front facing. I don't know.
It's not bad.
I feel like we're so much like I'm paying. So okay, so get me on this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm paying $900 for a phone.
Right.
That's basically the price of a brand new iPhone or Google Pixel. Google Pixel actually goes right now for $799. Only difference between these two phones is this little sliding screen at the top and the embedded wallet.
Oh, and here's another thing. It's got the notch, which I hate. I hate that. Stop it. Stop doing that. Apple did it, and now everyone wants to do it. It looks like the little thing in your hairline that comes down.
A widow's peak?
I hate it.
Oh, God.
I hate it. Stop doing that. Stop it. That's not even a cool feature. That doesn't add anything. That adds nothing.
What colors do they have? It says they have pebble gray or pebble and black.
Coal black and pebble gray.
I'm not excited for this phone. It doesn't excite me. The screen is really cool, but it doesn't excite me.
I also don't like phones that are like super pointed. Not that this is like crazy pointed, but like it's somewhat pointed on the top and bottom. Not really a big fan of that.
Has anybody actually bought? I'm sure somebody's bought it. There's no way this.
I'm sure there's reviews online. Honestly, Finney or Siren or whoever you are, if you want to send me one to review, I'll fully review it. You know what I mean? And I might change my tune. Not really crazy about the back is made of Gorilla Glass as well. Not really crazy about back glass. I think we first saw that with the iPhone 4, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And
yes.
I wasn't really
that
crazy
was
about it then.
Horrible.
And I'm still
I
not
had
crazy
back
about it now.
glass. Not the best. Not gonna lie. Back glass is not my go-to.
Just not crazy about it. No, that's not knocking anyone who might be crazy about it, but I'm personally just not super crazy about it. As far as everything else, I mean, everything else is very standard. I mean, there's nothing,
Yeah, I see that.
Nothing stands out. Look, they're calling it a side-fire audio design. No, it's a stupid audio design.
Side-fire audio
Stop
design.
it.
No.
Who wants to fire out the side? Makes no sense.
No.
It makes no sense. When you're in a car, where are the speakers pointed? Towards the people. Cars get it right.
That's true.
Cars get it right.
I don't know. I'm not excited for the phone.
No headphone jack. Pass. Hard pass. Can't do it. I'm very old school.
Oh, they have to have the adapter?
Little dongle.
Oh, no.
Hard pass. That's a deal breaker for me right there.
Really?
If it doesn't have a 3.5 mil, I can't do it. I
Really?
can't do it. How often do I go for random walks? Like, what do you think I'm doing while I'm walking? Not listening to music? Of course I'm listening to music. I want to plug it right in. I don't want there to be a dongle in between. It's so stupid. I hate it.
Bless me. Anyways.
I hate it. I wasn't sure if you were sneezing or if there was like a rabbit farting or like what that noise was.
Wow. Wow.
So,
Can't.
yeah, there's that. And then also, again, ladies and gentlemen, remember the prices that you're seeing on the bottom are coming from bitsandtokens.com. They do update live, so anytime you see a green or a red flash on there, that means the price is moving up or down. So, there's that. Back to the bar.
I have to sneeze again. I'm sorry. It's coming. I promise.
Sounds like a baby unicorn.
Stop. Okay. Oh God. Okay. So anyways, back to the crypto. So that was interesting. Kind of disappointing. Not crazy about it. I want to see what Galaxy has to come up with. By far, in terms of specs, the one that I'm actually kind of, fingers crossed is probably the HTC out of all of them.
In terms of specs, really.
In terms of specs, HTC. Because, the thing is, Samsung goes for, sleekness, attractivity. I don't think they're really going to push the whole crypto thing as hard as the other two companies.
Okay. I was going to say, because when it comes to spec'd out phones, the Galaxy line
always Galaxy. But, in terms of, specs, blockchain related, I don't think they're going to beat the other two.
Got you.
To be completely honest with you.
Understood.
I think HTC might have them beat. Fingers crossed. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not. And then it looks like the sorry loser is definitely the iOS. Because iOS, man, y'all blocked mining even. So
listen, here's my thing about Apple.
No.
They haven't actually innovated in a really long time.
Haven't. They
since
just
the iPhone 3GS.
They're way past due for a new design.
Haven't innovated.
Way past.
And I'm not
due.
even saying design, because they did add the notch, but that's not an innovation. That's just stupid.
That's not really.
They haven't done anything new.
No.
So.
No. I'm not.
They might have been the first to bring a fingerprint sensor to the market, maybe, but I even doubt that. I doubt that. They were late to the game with facial recognition. I just,
So, quick thing, and this has to do a little more with politics, but it also affects crypto. So, have you heard what's been going on with Venezuela?
Venezuela?
Yes.
Something about a bloodless coup was the last thing.
A bloodless coup?
Or coup, however you pronounce it.
Bloodless coup. Okay, so, basically what happened. So, President Nicolas Maduro is ruling, right? He came up with the petro currency, this on the third, whatever. Caused a hyperinflation, food storage shortage, this down the third. People are struggling.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom line. So they did an election, I believe it was last year, and there was a lot of protests because they're like, how the heck did this guy win? There's no way he won. He rigged the election. There's no way he cheated. Nobody wanted this man. And recently, in the past couple days, what's been happening is they had kind of like a vote kind of thing, and there ended up being another president that came and stepped in. I think his name is Guillermo, if I'm not mistaken. But essentially, he now is kind of the intern president while everything's kind of getting sorted out, seeing what's going on, what happened, this, that, and the third. And that's kind of course, upset current or investigated president. I'm not sure how exactly it is, but he's the new interim president because there was so much votes for him over Nicolas Maduro. I guess they did a revote or whatever the case is. And that now, I don't want to say concerns, but I'm questioning the Petro.
Hold on. Now you're questioning the Petro?
So, I mean, it wasn't doing anything, right? But is it just dead now? Like, or is it gone? Like, what's, you know what I mean? Because it's like the whole purpose of the Petro was because this president backed it. Whatever. Didn't really do anything. Project was honestly seeming dead. I was hoping something was gonna, live up to its standards, but it hasn't. Now I'm thinking, is this new president just gonna kill that idea in general? Maybe will he push it forward? Are we going to do something with it? Because the United States, and it was mostly because of Nicolas Maduro, not so much Venezuela itself, of course, because, leaders are the ones who essentially get sanctioned for their actions. The United States sanctioned President Nicolas Maduro for his behavior, I guess I want to say. Behavior, things on the country, you know how sanctions work. And they stopped accepting the U.S. dollar to do their oil and did the euro instead, which at that point in time, I thought they were going to do Petro, which they didn't use. So now I'm trying to figure out. Yes, well, they still don't use it. You're right. Now I'm trying to figure out, is this just a done deal? Like, I was honestly excited for them to, do something with it. Maybe this new president will do something. I don't know. I'm in the limb. I'm honestly in the whim about this. Like, I just don't know. Do you know what I mean? Do you get me? Do you guys get me? I hope you guys get me.
So, like, using a cryptocurrency that's backed by a physical thing, right? Because it's supposed to be backed by oil. Like, whatever 1 barrel of oil is, that's what 1 petro is supposed to be, right?
Right.
That's my understanding of it.
Right.
I stopped caring a long time ago, but apparently that's what it's supposed to be. What happens when we're not using oil anymore?
Interesting thought. So, did you know that back in the 90s,
I was in a very famous TV show?
I mean, I know that. But did you know back in the 90s, there was a engineer who designed a self-oil combustion renewal system for cars where you didn't need an oil change anymore? Can you imagine never getting an oil change?
No. Why would you do that?
Why would you do that? Why would you never get an oil change? Because this machine had the capacity of recycling your oil over and over again. And you never need an oil change. It just... So the reason you need an oil change is because your oil gets dirty and your motor burns it.
Sort of.
What if your oil did not get dirty and it didn't disintegrate?
That's a very crude oil joke. Very crude example of why you would need an oil change. But I'll let you continue.
So the reason this is not a thing today is because guess who bought it?
Big Oil.
An oil company, correct. Why? Because that would put him out of business. So here's the thing.
That wouldn't have put them out of business.
It would definitely drop the price of oil.
Motor oil is not the biggest.
So not
thing.
Motor oil, but if somebody came up with that for, I mean, now we're coming up with electric cars. Now we're coming up for this. If somebody could come up with that for oil, he also was
That was back in the 90s?
Back in the 90s. How do I know
eventually.
this? Met a guy. Asked him how he had all this money. Told me this story. Asked him why he didn't make a competitor because he signed a contract that he would never build something like that again.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyways, so if he had, the goods and the funds to, create this, what stopped him from also doing that with possibly gasoline and creating an engine that built once and done? It recycled everything.
HHO? Do you know what HHO is?
I don't.
So again, either late 80s, early 90s, something around there. Somebody designed a mechanism that allows a car to run on water, right? So it's not really running on water, but what it's doing is it's separating the two hydrogens and the one oxygen from the water, and then using the hydrogen to run the engine. And then your exhaust fumes are literally little drops of water.
That's actually cool.
He dead now.
He's dead. Why?
I don't know, but it was mysterious. And his brother that helped him work on everything just refuses to work on the project.
Huh. Interesting.
Now, there is another company which is very corny for picking the name that they picked. So obviously you know the company Tesla. Well, there's this other company called Nikola, which is very corny. I like it, but it's like, you know, but they have a fleet, or they're trying to make a fleet of hydrogen-operated vehicles.
Okay.
And so there was this big thing on YouTube like a while ago of people trying to put HHO generators in their car, which is absolutely stupid because there's no such thing as free lunch in thermodynamics. You can't use the engine to make the HHO and then run the HHO from the engine and then expect there to be a performance gain. What you would need to do is first make the HH. That's like saying, like, oh, my car is converting oil into gasoline and then running on the gasoline. Well, you're obviously wasting more energy than it's worth.
Right.
So you need a hydrogen fill station somewhere in the world to be able to make that useful.
Right.
But this company is, they wanted to, just like Tesla put all the supercharging stations all over the place, they wanted to put hydrogen stations all over the place and then have it so that you could.
Interesting.
Yep.
Fill up on water. Ooh, that's cool. That's neat. And I haven't heard of that company. Interesting. But yeah, I feel like that's. Well, we were talking about oil. Okay, so I feel like that would decrease the value of oil eventually, and then, like you said, other companies would kind of start branching off, which they already have, but not as much. But honestly, that's nor here nor there. Back to our crypto.
The petro is stupid.
Well, I mean, yeah. So here's the thing. Any coin, it was a very, very cool concept. It was something that was neat. I thought that it would have helped their economy. It was, under 95%, over 95%, inflated. Nothing made sense. I thought it was something that would be beneficial to the country, but if you're not going to use it, well then, I mean, you're just hurting your people. You're literally just hurting your people. But I mean, I can't.
Their economy doesn't exist anymore.
At this rate, no.
On one of our live streams, I showed the example that monopoly money is more expensive than the Venezuelan.
It is
dollar.
more expensive. It is that's sad.
By a factor of 181.
That's sad.
One monopoly dollar costs 181 Venezuelan dollars. Ridiculous.
Like, I'm sitting here because I've always wanted to tour all of South America, and I'm kind of sitting here thinking, what the heck do I do in Venezuela? Where do I go? It's not like you can go to the store and buy food like that. Like, it's just, I don't even know. It doesn't make any sense.
Imagine like you were a millionaire over there. Like, what does that even mean now? Nothing. Crypto, baby.
Know. You're a commoner.
Crypto.
Anyways, what else do we got on our plate for today?
Well, on my plate was a vegan burger with vegan ramen and vegan pepper jack cheese. It was delicious.
You look like a vegan.
I am a vegan. What?
Crypto, dang it. What do we got in the crypto, dang it?
Oh, like crypto news. Got you, fam. Got you. Give me a second. Gonna pull up the next story right now for the folks.
You didn't have it ready? Oh my god.
No, I sure didn't. I was macking on that burger. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
So, should I talk about one of my stories then?
Oh yeah, please go for that.
So, have you ever heard of Chainlink?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So Chainlink is a company, of course. So what they do is that they facilitate or are able to do transfers, I think, with your Bitcoin. So you're able to like use them, purchase them. They're kind of are they the POS? I lied. I think I'm getting something mixed up. I was in a Chainlink chat group. I'm thinking of Vault Bank, which I think Jerome had commented. And Vault Bank, let me see. Yeah, Vault Bank. So Vault Bank had
Oh, I see a good question in the chat. I'm gonna answer that in a second.
Jesus. Vault Bank had teamed up with First Data competitor, basically. And essentially what they do is that they utilize your Bitcoin. You're able to pay with your Bitcoin in places. And then the competitor for First Data, which the name slipped out of my mind, they made a POS that is enabled to use Vault Bank, and you're able to purchase things in crypto, which is really cool.
First Data is slacking super hard.
They're slapping super hard. And I heard they were broken. So if you're an employee at First Data, woo, shame. You guys should probably talk to your engineers because they keep bringing that POS. And it's crazy because everywhere, I don't know if you guys know the Clover, but that's one of their stations that they use for POS systems.
I used to work there.
But I see them like literally every other place you go. It's a white POS. It looks like this. It literally says Clover on it. It's white and gray. And it kind of sucks. I'm not going to lie. It's broken. It sucks. I actually was at the store today and somebody was trying to make a transaction and I was trying to pay and they couldn't accept my payment.
It happens.
So, yeah. And I remember my friend, I was back in like high school and she was using it and she was like making me pay. And I was like, oh, this is such a cool design and stuff like that. And she's like, it literally sucks. And I was like, really? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, dang. But anyways, Vault Bank, really cool concept. Teaming up with that company that I can't remember the name of, but if you guys want to Google it. Their POS concept is, it's really like, it looks like a tablet. Kind of looks like a tablet. And then on the tablet, it has a flip screen and it has a QR code that you scan to pay them. And they accept your payment. And then that's it. That's it. Pay. So I thought that was really cool. It'll send you like receipts, stuff like that. It's automated. Everything's automated. So thought that was cool. But anyways, see, we have a couple questions actually. I kind of haven't been paying attention to the chat. I'm gonna kind of go up from the bottom up because
there's only one question.
I guess. Okay, so let's go from the bottom up. So do you think XYO needs a token?
I love those questions because I'm always the first person to say, why do they tokenize?
You are the first person to say.
What is the reason that they have tokenized? Why did they do it? Is that something that is necessary? In the example specifically of XYO, do they need to have had created a token? I'm going to say yes on that one. The only reason why I'm going to say yes on that one is because the idea is so new and what they're trying to do is like so big and different. I did watch the live stream the other day and they're really just the reason why they've been so quiet over the past month or two is they're just trying to do so much. Now, do they need a specific token, or was there another token that they could have used as a form of payment? Obviously, the main reason for them why they tokenized was to generate some revenue in the short term, to be able to do things. Being that it's built on top of Ethereum, technically, no, there's not really a need for there to be a whole new separate token as far as like the payments are concerned. But owning their own blockchain obviously was important as well. Being that the payments are done through the XYO token and being that they do, own that blockchain on the ETH network, it does make sense for how grand the project is for them to have tokenized. It's gonna be how you get paid for, your mining kit, or just for mining, the location data, or verifying location data, what have you. But I'm on the fence about whether or not there specifically needs to be a token. That's a really great question, and I'll try to do a more in-depth analysis when I come back from San Diego. Surprise, surprise, going to San Diego to bother those guys. And so...
That's right. You're going to San Diego.
Girl, it's a secret. We're not even supposed to tell the people yet.
You just said it, though.
I know, but it's drunk crypto.
Oh, my God. Okay, shh.
But yes, I am going to go to San Diego and go bother them. So it's going to be fun.
Okay, so I guess you'll have a pretty good answer for us when you get back.
What they're doing is beyond proof of origin and proof of location. They want to... One of the examples they gave on their live stream the other day was, let's say you're using the data... to track like an ice cream shipment. Instead of just knowing where that shipment was, there's more information that you might want time stamped. Did the ice cream ever melt, or was it ever below a certain temperature during that delivery? I don't know if ice cream is a great example because I don't really care if the ice cream melted, because I'm pretty sure when you make ice cream it's not melted. Like you have to, or it is melted, then you have to freeze it.
Right.
So like I don't really know. That was a weird example, but that was just kind of one of them that they gave. They basically want to be a DVR for the real world.
Okay.
Capturing everything, all of it. All data that happened in a location they want to be able to capture. So that way you can go and verify that information at a later date.
Okay. All right.
So I think that's pretty nifty. That's why I was trying to figure out how to word it, because what they're trying to do is so grand.
It's grand.
Okay, so we have a question. Can we get answers about the technical benefits of distribution? Assume a token can accomplish near perfect distribution. Can this enhance a proof of stake sidechain? I'm gonna let you tell me what you mean by distribution, and then I'll try to answer that for you, just so I can make sure that I know exactly what you're looking for there. So just let me know what you mean by distribution, then I'll try to hook you up with a nice answer there. And or when I go over there to bother those guys, I'll press them about it. I'm gonna talk to a few people that I know from the XYO community. Okay, so the spread between people. Okay, I see what you mean there. Yes, so that would, on a technical level, enhance it being proof of stake, because then everybody would be basically on a level playing field when it comes to verifying transactional data, or in XYO's instance, location data. If that were to be something that was possible, it's really not though. Big players are gonna play big, and small players are gonna play small. I know some people that are super proud to own 1 million tokens, which is a lot. Well, that's a lot. So I know some people that are what I would call big players in the XYO space.
Right.
I am currently not one of those people that owns 1 million tokens. It's just a hard number to wrap my tiny little brain around. But
if you adopted earlier, maybe not. Continue.
If I would have bought 1 million tokens in the Gamma sale, it would have costed significantly more than, let's say, for example, when they gave out the 1 million tokens for, the people that visited Spatial. I think the difference would have been like $7,000 during the Gamma sale versus like $3,500 of USD value when you got them in Spatial. Really neither here nor there, because there's such a new project that money comes and goes. It goes up and down. So we'll see what happens there. But if everyone that was participating in the network had kind of an equal amount of tokens. Here's the thing about that question. That's really tricky because early adopters have adopted early. That's kind of how that works. The model where everybody has the same number of tokens would only exist in a world where everyone was like quote unquote forced to have these tokens and participate in the network. It wouldn't be something that you could just achieve with fancy marketing, because even with fancy marketing, I mean, we're talking about less than 0.5% of the people having access to or even knowing about XYO. Like less than 0.5% of the people in the world have ever heard the letters X, Y, and O in that order. You know what I mean?
X, Y, and O? That's true.
So,
like I said, I always
we have someone who'd like to give us a call here.
What's your call? Tell me your call.
No, like they want to.
Oh, they want to call in. Oh. Do you want to call in?
We might drop the number in the chat. Should we do that? Should we do our first ever live call?
We do have a Bits and Tokens phone number. Do we have it connected up to our laptops and all that?
I can make it happen.
Okay.
Should we do it? Is the question.
Yeah, why not? If you feel free. We always love hearing commentary. If you want to explain, feel free. I'm
always open to hearing from people and learning from people, because I'm not perfect. I can tell you that right now. So
same here. So if you wanna call in, I mean, feel free. We will definitely put you on air. Does YouTube do NFC or any FCC? What is that? What is that thing that blocks you from saying stuff? Remember that Family Guy episode? They used to like block every like curse word and stuff like that.
Listen, here's my thing.
FCC, what is it called?
Here's my thing.
Is that a thing for YouTube? I don't know. I'm just asking.
It's not. But here's my thing. I would prefer that we keep it family friendly.
Right.
However, we're not fucking monetized yet, so I guess at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter.
Wow.
So, Drunk Crypto is really happening right now, and I'm kind of blanking on the phone number. Give me a second to grab that for you.
Retirement home.
Can I get a business card, please?
Yes. Where are business cards?
Actually, I believe. Okay, looks like there's a lot happening here. There's a lot.
Got a business card.
That was fast. Okay.
Real quick, I thought this was really funny. I just saw this. Retirement home is raided by the FBI for running an elderly fight club.
Hold on. What now? Are you on Facebook? First of all, what's happening?
The FBI raided a retirement home for running an elderly fight club.
That's not real. Is that real?
I don't know, but there's a little old man with two fists right there.
He's
so
ready.
Maybe.
He's ready. That's crazy.
Maybe an elderly fight club. That is something else. Who knows? Fake news is everywhere. I thought we were better than this Facebook. If you guys are just lining this up to spread, but that's just so funny. That's hilarious.
So this call is going to be interesting because the sound is going to be coming from my laptop, and I'm going to have to kind of swivel the mic so that everyone else can hear. We'll figure it out. Stream health is back up to the little green button though, so that's good. This is cool. We've been talking about having it so that people can call in and say stuff to us.
Yeah, we've been meaning to do that. So I mean, this is kind of like a good opportunity. I won't curse or shill. I mean, express yourself. Call away. There's our number. And even if some of you other guys want to call in, just kind of let us know. And we'll, whenever we have a line open, because I believe there's up to 2 lines. Is it?
I'm not exactly sure how that works, but
looks like we got someone on air.
Hello, caller. You're on the air.
Is it coming from our TV actually?
I think it might be. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me switch that actually to the
Wait,
computer.
maybe it be better that way.
No, it won't.
Can you hear me?
Yes, that's great. What do you mean?
Let's try this. I can hear you.
Okay. All right.
Hey there, how are you?
Hey, how's it going today?
Hey, it's going great. So I just wanted to run some ideas by you guys and
Run 'em.
see if I can get some more answers on something. So I'm a developer, and I've been working on this contract, but I want to work on some things afterwards. That's why I brought up the perfect distribution or near perfect distribution. And I know it sounds impossible.
Mm-hmm.
I know it sounds impossible, but I want to kind of explain how I think it is possible and how I think there's an incentive structure for it.
Okay.
And it works within a limited context, but
I'm in
with
your
a limited use case, but it's a very powerful use case. So it's for a proof-of-stake sidechain, theoretically, whatever network it would be on, I don't know necessarily. I still got to figure that out. But and this might sound bad, but the way that you accomplish the distribution is with a smart contract that behaves like a pyramid scheme. And I know that sounds crazy because I want to say pyramid scheme because I want it to be blunt, and I want to say, I want to get to the counterfacts immediately.
Okay.
So the way a pyramid scheme typically works is new investors pay the old ones, right?
Right.
So when the old investors sell out, the price on that smart contract, or the price or the value that smart contract will return for other people to sell out at, will dramatically fall. So what you can do in a smart contract, and I did this last year. I actually wrote a smart contract that did exactly this.
Okay.
What you can do is track the average loss of Ethereum, use that as a multiplier for the token. And that'll accomplish your distribution because you have an immediate incentive for people to buy in. You also have a long-term incentive. So that token will be used to stake the proof of stake sidechain, and that distribution is accomplished because no one could actually buy out those what I'm calling resolve tokens. No one could buy those tokens out of that contract, even if it's at a loss for Ethereum, because there's a market demand for it. So it's an economic engine that forces distribution. So you got one person, or you got a handful of people that will benefit from the smart contract in a typical way that people benefit from a pyramid scheme. But then the people that lose out, let's say they buy at the top, let's say 100 people buy at the top, and then a handful of people just dump on them. Well, those people that bought at the top, when they sell their stake in that smart contract, the amount of Ethereum that they lost, or let's say they all put in 100 Ethereum and it goes down to 1 Ethereum. Let's say their value in that smart contract goes down to 1 Ethereum. That means they get a 100 times multiplier for their resolve token. And that's distribution right there. So if there's ever, like I said, if there's ever demand, if someone ever tries to buy out those proof of stake tokens, because that's the big fear with proof of stake. Someone's like, okay, well, someone can buy it out. It tends to be more centralized by whales. But with this, if there's ever demand, if anyone's going to ever try to buy those out, that means that people are going to be selling out of that contract, even if it means at a loss for the initial the input of Ethereum.
That reminds me a little bit of what's it called? Proof of weak hands, to some degree.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and I was there day one. So.
Okay.
Oh, are you?
Initial
Cool.
contract. And I'm glad you brought that up because I wasn't sure if you guys knew about that.
Yeah, that reminds me of proof of weak hands a little bit.
Yeah, so I was one of the developers that kind of, what do you call it? There was a lot of people making websites, making clones, but I was actually taking the concept, like I knew it was a pyramid scheme, but I was trying to make it useful. So eventually, what came out of the dust was that resolve token concept.
Okay.
So proof of weak hands, their price curve, the P3D contract, their price curve actually flattens a little bit. Mm-hmm. But if you remember East Phoenix and the original contract that Jochin Hanike released, those are actually like true, like what do you call it? The price increase is truly linear or truly like pyramid in nature. So
Mhm.
those would be the ideal. And again, it sounds crazy, but those would be the ideal. We call it price increase, linear price increase to generate that distribution. Because if the price increase plateaus, then eventually the distribution is distorted um, and can be bought out. But what you need is really that across the board that drop in price for those tokens to be distributed.
Things. Are we good?
All right, looks
Back
like
on air. We're
our
back
audio's
on
back.
air.
Sorry about that there. But yeah, go ahead with what you were saying.
Crypto doggo.
So yeah, what I've been trying to find out is what exactly are the technical benefits of that distribution. I mean, yes, I think it would secure proof of stake networks or a proof of stake network that would use those results. I think it would secure the network more. But I was thinking about what other technical benefits are there, and I'm really trying to find answers on that because once I finish up this contract I'm working on now, I want to heavily pursue sidechain development with this idea. So I was just wondering if you guys could like keep that in mind and maybe ask some questions around. And also ask XYO why they use proof of work. So I'm exploring any level of the tech stack or any layer of the tech stack where this can help enhance the security of the network. And I'm sure you guys have heard about Tron and their delegated proof of stake system.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm thinking, if you have perfect distribution, maybe the super representatives can also scale with that network. So what also comes to a benefit with this idea is that now you can vote on the configurations of a proof of stake network. So for example, for proof of stake you have the amount of tokens that you need to stake.
Right.
And delegated proof of stake, you have the amount of tokens that you need to be a super representative. And then, there's also the transaction fees associated with it. And all of those are usually hard-coded in, which, in my opinion, I feel like it's not organic. It's not going to adapt to the market. The thing is, with this concept, now that it's perfectly distributed, assuming that it does, and I really think that it can be perfectly distributed based on what I was saying earlier, but now you can give the resolve token holders that voting power. So they're going to vote on what the staking requirement is. They're going to vote on what the transaction fees are going to be. And they can vote on what the requirements are for super representatives. So yeah, the super representatives part is another theory that I'm not too keen on. I mean, I got a good intuition with computer science. It's something I do need to look into further. Mm-hmm. But if I'm right, a network like this where you do have perfect distribution, you can accomplish a more sophisticated layer for a super representative. So you can have a mesh network at the super representative layer, which is essentially sharding, which can scale it even further than what Tron's doing now. Because Tron's got a hard coded where it's just 27 super representatives, and people don't like that. It's like super centralized. And they're doing a lot of marketing right now. It's a great way to make a quick buck, but it's kind of scary in the long run.
Yeah, no, I hear you on that. Are you the only one that's actively working on this right now? Is this kind of just like your baby, your project?
The concepts, yeah. So like I said, I'm working on a smart contract right now to get myself up to that next level as far as like funding and so forth. But I talked about the concept last year when I released the my cousin contract to Proof of Weekend. I was within the ranks of those developers launching those websites, and I said, something about these resolve tokens. They accomplish distribution. I know that can be used for something, but it wasn't actually until all this Tron hype kicked in that I actually realized you can use it for the network itself or a side chain. So yeah, I mean, as far as like the theory goes, I'm the only one that's been, I guess, working on it. I've been trying to get questions answered, been trying to talk to people about it, but I'm having a hard time, getting people to talk about it and getting people to bounce ideas with me.
Well, I love the idea because it, as we're seeing with, proof of work, it doesn't really work. And then proof of stake can also be, somewhat centralized to a degree, as you mentioned, like with Tron. So it's a very interesting concept that you've come up with there, and it's just funny that it just resonated with me, that it seemed very similar to the Proof of Weak Hands, and then you were also developing with that as well. Definitely something that I would like to talk about with you more if you're open to sending a few emails back and forth.
Absolutely.
Any way that we can help you out with getting some promo or whatever it is, we'd like to do that, because that does seem like it could be a really good idea in terms of having some sort of a currency, or even if it's not used as a currency, if it's used as a system for voting or what have you. It just seems like it could be. It seems like you're onto something there.
It seems like you're onto something.
Seems like you're really onto something there. I'll say that.
Wow. I appreciate that. Yeah. I'll put my email in the chat in your live stream. I gotta hang up though first, but yeah, when I get to that, I'll get to that.
Okay. Yeah. Either that or just shoot me an email, tim@bitsandtokens.com, and we'll be in touch that way. I really appreciate your calling in. Thanks so much.
Thank you. See you.
Thanks for calling.
Wow.
That was neat. Okay, learned a lot there.
Really neat.
So you know about what is it? Weak hands?
Proof of weak hands.
Proof of weak hands. I didn't know about that one. I knew proof of stake. I knew.
So my friend, that initially wasn't my friend, from XYO.
Okay.
Tony.
Yeah.
Cool guy. He was the one, or he is the one that has pushed me to do research on proof of weak hands. And essentially the way it works is you I'm not going to get into the very technical aspects of it, but you leave your money in, and then when you take your money out, there's like a 10% penalty or something around those numbers, like 10% penalty, something like that.
So I feel like I've seen that before somewhere on some platform. I don't know
you might have heard it as P3D, I believe, is another.
I don't know. I feel like I've heard of that where you get penalized. That sounds so familiar. I don't know where I've seen it, but I've seen that before. And I feel like I've seen the symbol. It's like a little hand symbol, a little hand outline. Somebody had it on their platform. I've seen that before. Okay, so I know for a fact I've seen that before. I don't know where I saw it, but I remember on the platform I saw a little hand symbol, like a drawn out hand, and then it had
So
like,
here's the website.
information about it. Okay, so I've seen that. I have seen that before. I've seen that before.
So there's so every trade, buy or sell, has a 10% flat transaction fee applied. So
Okay.
but then the cool thing about that is the fee is split between all currently held tokens. So let's say me, you, and Jerome own, this coin, and we're the only ones that own it. And then
Sure.
you sent all of your tokens to him. 10% of that would then still be split up between me and him.
Okay.
So basically, as long as you don't have weak hands, anytime someone else does have weak hands and they get out or they buy something or whatever the case may be, you'll get paid and paid and paid and paid. So.
Oh, interesting.
So that's why I was saying that his concept reminded me of this, and it was just funny that
Right.
he had actually, worked.
Worked for it. Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
So I know a little thing or two about
A little thing or two.
crypto stuff.
Crypto stuff.
No, yeah, I spent all day looking.
Is
at
there another
stuff.
way? Because I don't know if it was this. If it was that. Is this used as? Do people ever use this as a protocol? Has this been used as a protocol somewhere? Because I've seen something that was very, very similar. I don't know what it was, but I remember reading someone's white paper or on the outline. I don't know where it was. I think it was a company I was looking up, and I was reading their outline, and then I was going to read the white paper. They had something similar, like a similar mechanism, and I remember it had like a little hand next to it, but I don't remember what it was or who it was. I'm sitting here trying to think about it, but man, that's cool. Okay, I mean, I've seen their symbol before. I've never actually gone on their website and learned about it, but that's cool. Like he said, it was a marketing scheme, but he wanted to actually get some insight and possibly some knowledge off of it. So I mean, has anybody? I'm assuming what you didn't really answer, but do you think anybody would actually go ahead and use a protocol as such or something implemented into their system?
Something like this, or
yeah.
something like what our caller was.
Well,
talking about?
what our caller was talking about, more or less, because this is already its own thing, which may or may not work, but yeah, because he said he was working on something, right? He said he was working on his own something.
Yeah,
He's working on his own.
He was calling them resolve tokens, if I'm not
Resolve
mistaken.
token. So he's working on his own token. So it's a token that he's working on.
If I again could be mistaken there. That's what I grasped from it.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, he said. Yeah, resolve tokens.
Yep.
That's what he's working on. Yeah. So he was working on it. So he's working on his own tokens. That's cool. That's pretty neat. Huh. Maybe he can.
I definitely want some more information regarding that. I think.
Yeah.
I think some more communications are definitely worthy here.
So, since that system is already implemented on this, what protocol is he using? Did he mention?
What do you mean by that?
What protocol is he using to create the token?
What do you mean by that?
You have your ERC20. You got your some swarm does are SWM20. Every other companies make their own protocol. So is he also developing his own protocol, or is he just?
It's a token.
Right.
So that means.
I'm drawing a blank right here. It's Drunk Crypto.
I would assume that it would be based off of Ethereum.
Right.
With it
so
being
I
called
mean,
a
not
token.
all, but remember we're expanding. So he's doing ERC20-ish. Okay. He's doing proof of stake protocol, sidechain. Okay, cool. So remember, what was it? Because I remember we were talking about. Jesus Christ. Who was I having? It wasn't you. I was having a conversation with you. No, it was, man. There's a conversation in my head somewhere that I was having with someone. Because because we were talking about different protocols and Jesus, I have to look it up. I'm not gonna say something crazy on live stream, but I have to look it up. I'll come on our next.
You say crazy things on live stream all the time.
I'll come on our next. You say crazier, but I'll come on our next live stream after I look it up because I'm drawing blanks right now. My blanks are blanks, but
you're drawing blanks because that's 9% alcohol you're drinking. Okay? That's why
it's
that's why you're drawing blanks.
It's so sweet. You have no idea.
The crazy part
I think
is
it's a
usually
lie.
The saucy one.
I think it's a lie. I don't even think it's 9% alcohol. They're lying to me. It's so sweet. It's not even crazy. It's not even funny.
Hey.
But anyways, okay, so that's cool. I would definitely want to learn more about Resolve Token. I think we should honestly have more callers sometimes because this is neat. Like just so you know where everybody who's tuning in, so they would have like an interesting story. Like, you know, that was our story of the day. We wouldn't have time to do another one, but I would like to get some more information about that.
Honestly, yeah.
That's cool.
We might even just have to dedicate the whole live stream to explaining it.
Yeah.
Because it seems very involved. It seems like there's a lot going on behind the scenes. And I like it. I like it a lot.
I don't know. I like this. I like meeting the developers. That should be a segment.
Meet the developers?
Meet the developers.
Meet the devs?
Meet the devs. That's cool.
I like meet the devs. I like that. It sounds cool.
Maybe the devs.
Because devs just sounds like, you know?
Sure. But that's cool. Thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate that. He just sent an email to you, so you should be getting that shortly. But
It'll pop up over here in a second.
In a second.
Speaking of it popping up over here in a second, let's go back to the bar so it doesn't pop up on screen. No big deal.
True story.
No big deal.
So we're here at our bar. Is there anything else we need to go over today? Any crazy stuff that you've seen besides, I mean, the general, I guess look out on our webpage, bitsandtokens.com. The story I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the live stream, that will be up. I did make a blog post, and I kind of make it personalized because it's going to be signatured by me. You'll see that it came from Annalise. So it's kind of like what's going on, some thoughts. Now that you taught me about this other phone, I think I'm gonna integrate it into that article as well, because I think that in general that is a cell phone that has to do with blockchain. It's not one that's very mainstream as the other two. HTC and Samsung is, you know, very well known versus what was it, Sid Labs? I know the phone was called the Findlay, but
Siren Labs.
Okay, so Siren Labs,
or maybe Siren. I don't know, but I pronounce it Siren.
Personally, I've never heard of their laboratory until now, or their Findlay phone.
I don't know if they literally have a laboratory.
If you're gonna call yourself a lab, you should at least have a lab. That's like,
okay, so right now we're streaming using OBS, but there's another version of OBS called Streamlabs. Do you think they have a lab?
No, but it's like the laboratory of streaming. Like this is the lab. So a lab doesn't necessarily have to be like chemicals.
Listen,
and
just because you're dressed like a disgruntled scientist doesn't mean that
wow.
laboratory.
You know, look, okay, so I'm gonna show everyone my shirt. So I have this coworker, right? He says that every time I wear this shirt, I look like a lesbian. This is my lesbian shirt.
I mean,
I'm like, yo, it's just like some Hawaiian print, you know, I'm going on vacation type looking shirt. Like,
vacation where?
To the moon,
Down
baby.
under? Whoa.
To the moon, baby. Down under. Whoa. That's rude.
It's a lesbian joke.
That's a rude.
Anyways,
nah, I'm going to the moon.
We're gonna get banned from YouTube if we don't stop.
Anyways, so yeah, just check us out on bitsandtokens.com, guys. We will be there. And Tim, yes, TIM at bitsandtokens.com. That is his email, my guy.
I got the email.
He got his email. He'll check it out. We'll be in touch with you, Mr. Resolve Tokens. I'm gonna call you that. Dev Resolve. Short for developer.
You need to pour that back into there.
Anyways, so what? Anyways, so check us
here.
out on bitsandtokens.com, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We will be here at 9:30 Eastern time on Sunday. check us out. Make sure to check out bitsandtokens.com if you got friends.
Finger guns, apparently. You over here just pow pow.
If you got friends, family, dogs, doesn't matter who, share this video, like this video, comment, subscribe, spread the word of adoption.
Drink
we like
along.
to adopt drink along. Have a little cup in the middle of the week. I have, things to do tomorrow, but it's okay. It's Thursday. It's Thirsty Thursdays.
It's already Friday in some places.
It is Friday in some places, but not in America. So, hey, thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you guys next time. See ya.
Bye, guys.